Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be unboxing this lensometer that I don't know if it works. Ooh, it's got a good bulb. Yeah, like the bulb's coming on. Sure if you can see a little, you see that? And it's got just the most gorgeous little toggle switch for the light. Sucker for a toggle. Toggles, rockers, love it. Rockers that light up. So this is, I mean, it does come on, which is good. However, just at first glance, I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's just try. Can you see anything in there? I doubt it, but we tried. So there's like a crosshair laid over the view, and just looking at it, it's definitely out of alignment. It's like kind of cocked maybe like 10 degrees where the right side is higher and the left side is lower. Oh, it's adjustable. Okay, great. Okay, so there are three actually. There are 3 visual overlays, and one of them is adjustable. So there's one that marks 180 degrees along the top of the curvature, because it's a round view. So the top is marked in 180 degree increments. And then at the bottom, there's this interesting little gradation where it just looks like across like a ruler, like, you know, it's got a mark of 1 and a mark of 2, and it's just floating there in the lower part of the frame. And then it's vertically right now because I spun it, but there is a kind of a crosshair that has, you know, a bullseye, and then some concentric circles, and then, you know, a line going all the way through it with some marks, some little like incrementations on it. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. And it would seem that all of those visuals are contained within this lens mechanism here. So there's definitely like some dirt and definitely like some stuff that's out of focus, so it's difficult to evaluate. And there's like a dark something in like the lower part of the lens that of like the view that could possibly be some debris. Oh, you know, one part of the thing that's dark is moving as I adjust the focus, assuming from my experience with microscopes that this is like fine-tune visual focus, and then it seems that this is purely to rotate that crosshair, but maybe it's doing other stuff, I don't know yet. Okay, so that's all very interesting. This lens definitely has some debris in it because it moves when I adjust the fine-tune visual. And then that other big dark blob does not move, so it is somewhere else in the mechanism. So this is really filthy. This hinge. There's this very, very sticky switch which controls this device, which has some spikes, thrilling, and okay, so there's also this one over here, which I assume does the same thing, but it clearly does not. This one has no resistance whatsoever, which leads me to believe that it is probably no longer attached to whatever it is it's supposed to adjust, whereas this one is definitely attached to something, and I can see it move. So this conjecture, this appears to be a system for, oh dear, what have I done? What have I done? Okay, we're fine. This appears to be a system for bringing something directly into the view. So, oh, interesting. The field of vision is blocked, with the exception of that little ruler thing. Is there a gap in this platform I just raised? I need to make a mark of which way's up and which way's down so I don't wreck this thing. There is not a gap in that platform. I find that very interesting because to me that would indicate that there's illumination within this, but that also doesn't seem to be accurate. So that's very odd. I really want to figure out a way to get the camera in here. Maybe there's a way. I've got some other like scrapped lenses. Maybe there's a combination of lenses that can turn my camera into an eyeball. What? That's right. If only I had grabbed one of those phoropters. There were these manual phoropters, which are those things where it's like better or worse, better or worse, better or worse, you know. So cute. Apparently they're very valuable. So, anyway, okay. So this platform seems to have two purposes. One is going up and down directly into the field of vision of the lens. Interesting. And the other is spiky pokey time. I don't know what that is for yet. There are the spiky pokies, and they go up and down when the platform goes up and down, and when they go all the way down, they're kind of like pointed into this little tray that has like a slight trough. So maybe there's some kind of material that, you know, when it's being naughty and you put it in there, it like just really like sticks it in there. So continuing the tour, there's this whole plate right here, which is interesting. It's on most of these parts are analogous to all three lensometers. But this one is a model from, I think he said 55. It might say on the bottom. I'll check in a second. Whereas the other ones are from the 80s, so they're a little more radical? No. Cool? What was the 80s? Neat? They're neat. So there's this kind of like crossbar, which like maybe it's, you know, like I'm not sure if these lensometers are designed to measure lenses that have been removed from glasses or if they are designed to measure glasses. I did bring an old pair of reading glasses that don't matter to me to potentially destroy. And so then, you know, like, so that's what's exposed of like the mechanism. There is this like mystery switch that doesn't seem to be adjusting anything. This one here doesn't seem to be adjusting anything. Doesn't seem to be connected to anything. It's moving like butter. And for all I know, you know, this is like a modular case, and this particular switch was, you know, this model, this, you know, it didn't, I don't know. Some of the hardware is really interesting connectors that I don't have the tools to open. They're like 8 octagonal screwdriver bits, you know, like, what? I probably have some stuff I could jam in there if I'm just trying to get this open once. But if I'm trying to, like, not strip these screws down to nothing, maybe gonna put some thought into that. My favorite things about this, if I'm just looking at it for salvage, are, like, this knob, which is just beautiful. This switch, which is just cute. And I love that the switch has this little just like direct indicator. Love that in a microscope too, when like you can just tell by looking at it if the light is on. Not looking in it, looking at it. Love that. Okay, so, you know, the power supply, good. I was worried about that. It was really dirty, but just, you know, did some like basic cleaning on that. Turned out very well. The base is only held on by Phillips screwdrivers. That's an interesting development. So I know that the base is, you know, especially, you know, here, it's going to be primarily counterweight. I would not be surprised if there's some lead in this. There is not any manufacturing information on the exterior. But I'm just going to, okay, so part 1, Lensometer Adventures. I have no idea what I'm looking at, and I don't know what any of this stuff is. Isn't that super fun for all of this? Isn't that just thrilling? I don't know.